Sony versus Nguyen, Hoang now. Sementara itu kami juga masih bermasalah dengan Kuncoro. Langsung saja kita sambut penampilan dari FIFA Brazil, Garuda.
All right, we've got the warm-ups here for the final match of our presentation on this first day of the Axiata Cup competition. It is Indonesia Garuda versus Team Vietnam, and the Vietnamese player with his back to camera is Nguyen Hoang Nam, and he is up against one of the great players of the last decade, Sony Kuncoro, who, when he's on his song, I tell you, he sings a beautiful, beautiful melody. He is superb. And he, again, like a lot of Indonesians, he moves with great elan. He moves with style. He skates around the court. He doesn't rush things. I'm talking now of this man, Sony Kuncoro. He's got effortless style. And he's dropped back in the world rankings because of injury and illness and sickness and so on, but he's now coming back into the fold, and I have to say, watch out opposition, because if he gets back into anything like the form and style that we've seen from him, then he will be something special. This will be an interesting matchup. I'm not absolutely convinced that Kuncoro is going to have it all his own way. It's been a long road and harsh road for him to get back to some kind of form. Hoang Nam may present that challenge that he will be looking forward to, but realistically, if you look at purely the form book, Kuncoro should be absolutely on top in every respect. He has just got great touch, great speed, and he will think his way through. This is our umpire for the final match then, Manit Chaumangkong from Thailand. He's assisted by Kraisang Tong Tuk as the service judge and introducing the players. So it will be Hoang Nam to serve. Tries an impossible drop shot. A little bit of a round arm, took his eye off the shuttle. It's love 1-1 love. Kuncoro now. He has got one of the most powerful jump smashes, certainly used to have in the game. It's so dynamic because all the timing goes right through the shuttle. That's out as well. It's a bit nervous moments here for Hoang Nam. He's going to struggle unless he can take a hold of this. He's got to really, really get into a rally. Kuncoro will be absolutely out of sight unless he gets a point in the next couple. That was in. It was a really good smash. It wasn't with so much power, but it was great placement. Oh, fabulous net play, both players. Out of court, it's 5-0, and you have to think Kuncoro doesn't have to up the gears too much in order to to win the points here. He is in, I think, third gear at the moment. He's certainly not having to chase around too much. That time he does miss, and it's 5-1, 1-5. Oh, what a fabulous shot. Great placement. He just bowled it into a beautiful position there. And now there, right. I'd forgotten that there were lots of youngsters in the Taufik Hidayat family. There's his young son. That's gone. 2-6. Taufik, of course, was made huge headlines when he got married. I think it was to the sports, certainly a gentleman heavily involved in the sports ministry, to his wife, and it was one of the great marriages of the year as far as Indonesia was concerned. The fault called by Mr. Manit up the net on Kuncoro. That's the power play that I've been waiting for. It was superb. He eyed it up. He fired the gun. Watch out. Bang. Fabulous shot. 7-4. Oh, you beauty. Great work. Lovely dummy. 8-4. Perfect. And there's some fans. Sony. Sony. That's out as well, and it's a procession at the moment. It started out this way. Hoang under a lot of pressure. Again, it's long. Well, the coaches have certainly noticed it, no doubt at all. They're going to have to control this drift. 5-9. Brilliant pickup, well done. Hoang Nam, absolutely excellent there. Yeah, that was pretty ambitious, that distance. You've got to be so accurate to be playing it from one corner to the other. It's a big stadium, this. You need to be pretty certain. What a beautiful dummy that was. Just cut across the face of the shuttle. I used to call it kissing the shuttle. Well, it was certainly that way. He's got the lead at 11-6 in the first, to come to the interval. Originally from Surabaya was Dwi Kuncoro, born in '84. So, 28 years old now. 27 actually, because it was in July. Just looking at Kuncoro's his performances. He got a bronze in Athens, and that was obviously when Taufik won the gold. Got silver in Kuala Lumpur 2007. I made reference to that when he lost to Lindan. He got bronze also in Hyderabad in 2009 in the World Championships. And been heavily involved in silver and bronze in Sudirman Cup. in the team event. So he's had a very, very impressive career. Asian Championships back in 2002, he was a winner in the singles. Super Series he's won in Indonesia in 2008, in Japan in 2008, in China in 2008, and most recently in Singapore in 2010. So had a few problems since then with injuries and so on, but he has got a quality background as Kuncoro. I think it's just out. That was unlucky. He did everything. He was pushing his opponent to all quarters of the court. He was dropping him down to the net. He was forcing him this way and that, and well, he had nothing he could do about that. Hoang Nam just said, hey, it was out, wasn't it? Well, on this occasion, it's definitely an extra gear added. Kuncoro was annoyed that he missed the last shot. So he suddenly said, okay, enough of that. We pick up the pace. He chased it down, and it's 13-8. (14-8) here in the first, and Kuncoro showing a lot of his former excellent. I missed that one, but hey, showing a lot of his former talent. Hoang Nam will look disappointed, but you have to say that Kuncoro was absolutely perfect in playing that net shot. There was no gap or no space for him to play that quick attempt. It was always going to go into the net. It was such a perfect net shot. 15-9 then in the first, looking very, very solid. And at 16-9, now I know you're going to be enjoying the second half of the day coming from Kuala Lumpur, and that really will be something special. Indonesia, Raja Wali versus Thailand, the Malaysia Tigers, the A team for Malaysia against the Philippines. I know you're going to be enjoying that, but I've just established one fact that you might be interested in, particularly the Malaysian viewers, and that is that Sony Dwi Kuncoro was never World Junior Champion. He was only runner-up, and that was in 2000, the year 2000. He was the runner-up in the Junior Championships of the world, and he was beaten by a character by the name of, yes, well done. Those of you who know, Bao Chunlai. Bao Chunlai was the World Junior Champion. So that puts things in perspective as far as Zulfadli is concerned. He is the present and the reigning World Junior Champion. It's all one-way traffic, and I'm sorry I'm talking a little bit of distraction maybe, but at 18-9, it's all the good play is really coming from Dwi Kuncoro. That's out. It's 19-9. Too clever. He is just so clever. He can force an opponent to do things that he's not willing or doesn't want to do. And at 20 points to 9, it's now game point in favour of Sony Dwi Kuncoro of Indonesia. They've already won the matchup in terms of the tie. This is a third and final one that's out. It will only come into existence if there are ties and draws to select the semi-finalists. Oh, great, fabulous backhand to finish off that game at 21 points to 10. And that is Sony Dwi Kuncoro. I haven't seen him for quite a while, so I didn't know what his form was, but that is some of Sony back at his best. Excellent. You have to say he wouldn't have been picked in this Indonesian team if he hadn't been playing at a level that we expect, but that was good, impressive stuff. 21 points to 10, and I think that's a fair reflection of the performance all round. Hoang being blown out of the water here. It's very interesting that both the Indonesian Garuda players, Taufik and Sony Dwi Kuncoro, they both normally are so in control of their emotions. You can't really tell what's happening to them. You can tell what the score is, quite obviously, and they're going to try their best, but both Kuncoro and Hidayat never, ever show their emotions. But there we saw, when he messed up that attempt to clear and it hit the net, he whacked the racket on his boot, on his foot. And that's as much as you're ever going to get out of Sony, I tell you. He is a guy that plays so much in control of his emotions. He's such a huge talent. And again, we have the privilege of witnessing him on home turf, representing his nation. So, second game then, Kuncoro in control, having taken the first 21-10, and the Vietnamese player, Hoang trying to get some kind of score together. Just in. Well, that's the first one that we've actually seen on the line or close to the line that has been called in from that end. It's been a graveyard of disappointment. The shuttle's going out at that end. Well, it's a graveyard also here. It's certainly a reverential hush. Yeah, I can't believe it's so quiet. It's very, very quiet because that was an absolutely superb shot from Dwi Kuncoro, and I would have expected a big applause to ring out. It never did. It was a fantastic shot. Brilliant play. The Axiata Cup has been launched and is alive and kicking. I tell you, it's a brilliant concept and great leap of faith by the Axiata group in Malaysia. Service fault was called by Kreising Tongtok. 2-all. Well, certainly the passion and the real excitement has gone out of the stadium at the moment. We'll renew it again tomorrow. I hope you can join us for that one. It will be Indonesia Garuda versus Singapore. Similar time of start. And if you're watching this live at the moment, wherever you are, you start the broadcast similar time. What a pick up there by Kuncoro. Out of court. So Indonesia Garuda with Singapore, and then it will be Malaysia Leopards and Vietnam. I'm not sure, from what we've seen, Vietnam are not as strong as Singapore, I don't believe. Obviously, you've got Tien Minh, but in the Singapore team, Gonanza put up a good fight, and so did Huang Chao. The line keeps coming in and affecting the scoreline. He's getting frustrated now. That's not going to do him any good. He's got to be consistent, keep control. And that was a very tempestuous attempt at smashing. He was off balance. He was in no way going to do any damage because Kuncoro was right over it. 6-2 is the score now. And he was in the lead, 2-1. So 5 points lost in a row for Hoang Nam. That's better. That was much better control. It was great angle on the play. He just reached for it, took it as early as he dared. Nice angle. 3-6. Yeah, good work. See, the interesting thing here, Kuncoro not only plays those smashes with great style and great placement, but he follows in immediately and he's chasing in. Look at, he's already going to cover the return if it comes back. It's a very, very clever strategy. It's one you'd expect from a top player, of course, but he's just doing it so much more consistently than his opponent, who is struggling here at 8-3 against him. Well, don't forget to go online to axiatacup.com if you want to check out on all the results. 3 weekends of competition, and to get your favourite players and a lot of insight into how this tournament was set up and the impact of it, development and so on. There's going to be lots of things, exciting things to see and read about on Axiata, axiatacup.com. And that's after a very, very good rally. It was a disappointing finish for Hoang Nam, 9-3. Santoso is having, Sony Kuncoro is having a fantastic matchup. I was just thinking about Santoso actually, because he is actually the best of the Indonesian singles players at the moment. He's got a ranking of 9 in the world. Simon Santoso could well be replacing Sonny Dwi Kuncoro in the semi-finals or finals later on. We'll see what happens tomorrow. They've got choice of 8 players for their squad. And that's out as well. So 5-10. Still smiling, that says a lot, doesn't it? Well, they have everything to smile about. They're watching their favourite sport in a brand new competition. Why not? And their team are winning. So we go to the break. It's the interval at 11-5 in favour of Sony Kuncoro. And, well, he's had everything his own way in both games, isn't he, really? Just a little bit of opposition presented by Hoang, but it's all a procession, really. It's just a question of time. And the Indonesians will be certainly tested a little bit more probably tomorrow against Singapore, but the big matchup will be on Sunday when it will be Indonesia Garuda versus Malaysia Leopards. And I think you'll be watching that one, I'm sure, anyway. I can't believe you can almost hear a pin drop inside this stadium. It's very, very quiet. Kuncoro in the lead, 11-5. He took the first game, 21-10. That is long, it's 12-5. Great work, and that just illustrates the point that I made earlier about Sony Kuncoro's ability to play a good, solid jump smash, but then he immediately follows it in and he comes up with a backhand, and really he takes Hoang by surprise. There's no way he can react to it. So excellent follow-up play. It's not just one shot, it's two and sometimes three to develop the rally. Even retrieving, you see, like that, he was right there. He was under pressure in the back baseline on the forehand side and then on the forehand side at the net, but he still came up with some accurate play. 14-5. Great service. That was a very good service. Took his opponent by surprise. It was quick, it was accurate. It's 15-5. Another similar kind of serve. Ah, well, even the most talented occasionally lose out. It was called good. Yep. Just caught the outside of the line, so a little bit lucky, but again, very, very accurate. 16-6. And Indonesia have shown themselves to be in very, very good shape and form at the moment. There's a great jump shot, beautifully played, a good dummy. Perfect drop shot for 17-6. That's out. Unusually, you heard the surprise in my voice. He's been so accurate hitherto. 7-17. It is in, it's 18-7. He caught the net as well, but it was a fair shot. Not called foul. Oh, this is a huge mountain for Hoang. An enormous gunung. Yeah, maybe a little bit of charity from Kuncoro might help, but at 8-18, we're just going through the death throes here. But that's a great drop. It was really, really well placed. Change of shuttle, Kuncoro says. Not happy with that one. Lost a point. That's gone again, so at 19-9, huge disappointment for Hoang. And now 29 in its match point, and this will be the final point of the Axiata Cup preliminary round, first day of competition. It's been exciting. We've had 4 3-gamers and now 2 2-gamers, and that is 21-9. Indonesia have just floated into their ascendancy there. Kuncoro really impressed me. He's not been great with injuries and sickness of late, but he's come through very strongly there. 21-9, demolishing Nguyen Hoang Nam in the second after taking the first. 21-10. So Vietnam lose to Indonesia Garuda by 3 matches to 0. And it is Indonesia and Malaysia Leopards who are the successful teams in the Axiata Cup first day of competition. I hope you can join us tomorrow. That is the result then of Indonesia-Vietnam. 2-1 to Hidayat over Tien Minh. It was a great matchup that. Since then, it's all been a little bit too easy for Indonesia. But great competition format, a wonderful, wonderful day of competition here in Jakarta. I really do hope you're going to join me again tomorrow for the second day of the preliminaries. I'll rely on it. It will be Indonesia Garuda versus Singapore, then Malaysia Leopard versus Vietnam. In the meantime, you've got to tune in to Indonesia Rajawali and Thailand in Kuala Lumpur, with Malaysia Tigers and Philippines following that one. So great action, Axiata Cup. Come and join me again tomorrow for some more action here from Jakarta. In the meantime, this is John Burgess wishing you a very good day from Jakarta.